And we could see some tornado warnings here. We hope we don't.
Yeah, it's kind of part of that same system, and they're going to continue to get hammered out there on the West Coast. Here back home, we're going to be tracking that threat for severe weather today. So it is a weather day where you need to check in frequently, especially as we get towards the lunchtime hour, maybe every 30 minutes to an hour. If a storm's heading your way, we'll be tracking it for you, so watch it. Let's start with this morning, though. Out the door, nothing too crazy. We've got some fog on the lake, but inland is looking pretty good. There's a live view of the quarter and CBD, but over the Twin Spans Causeway, we definitely got some fog. Here's what rain chances look like through the day. We'll kind of have multiple waves, so it's not going to be, it's raining for an hour and then it's clearing out. We'll have multiple waves, multiple rounds. The first one coming in late morning, early afternoon, and then the next round coming in later tonight after midnight. So we've got a couple rounds to get through. I think the severe weather threat is going to be highest with that first round that's moving in and around lunchtime, give or take an hour or two there. Notice this morning, not much going on. All the storms are out to our west from Shreveport to Houston. That's the back end of it. Once that clears through, we will see a cool front move in and bring in some cooler weather to end the week. But we got to get through this first. Notice your severe weather threat. Level 3 for all the North Shore, including the city here as well, and out in the river parishes. And remember, the reason the North Shore is at a level 3 and the coast is at a level 2 is because we're more confident that there's going to be more storms in this zone. Therefore, you're more likely to see severe weather. Down here along the coast, much more isolated later this morning and afternoon. So the threat is overall lower. But once you get to the city, the lake, the North Shore, the river parishes, even Thibodaux, Morgan City, really need to be keeping an eye on things. That hatched area you see is because we could see a few strong tornadoes. We usually only see the hatched area when there's a potential for some stronger tornadoes, not those quick, short-lived ones that are usually EF0, EF1. Stronger tornadoes are like EF2, EF3. So that's what we'll be watching. As we get into the late morning, early afternoon, this is 9 a.m. Notice some showers popping up, and then as we get closer to 10 to 11, here comes storms developing. This is when our severe weather threat will start to go up. We could be tracking severe weather as soon as 11 to noon or so, and then watching some storms through the early afternoon. Late afternoon, early evening, we might get a little bit of a break, but then here comes round 2 in later tonight. This will be after midnight. Once again, I do think the severe weather threat is going to be highest with that first round, a little bit lower with that second round. Something else we'll be watching, heavy rain potential. This is not going to move in and move out very quickly, so we'll have to watch for some isolated pockets of maybe 4+ inches of rainfall. And keep in mind, we just got a lot of rain earlier last week. The grass is dead, or our vegetation went through that hard freeze, so it's not going to absorb stuff as easily. So you can get flooding a little bit easier this time of year. Once we get the rain out of here and some nice weather tomorrow, chillier weather Thursday and Friday, the first day of Carnival on Friday is going to be a chilly one. If you're heading out to watch Joan of Arc roll through the quarter, 50s and upper 40s. So it'll definitely be some sweater jacket weather, but it will be quiet. So that's the great news as we kick off Carnival 2023. I can't believe I'm already saying that. And then as we go into the weekend, we'll warm back up to around 70 degrees.